First time in 18 months. There's the boss, Florentino Perez. And there's the man in charge, Martinez Munuera. Does not look as though there will be any further changes at the start of the second half. Remember, Getafe were forced to make an injury substitution after 13 minutes. Alvaro replaced by Francisco Portillo. Second half underway at the Coliseum. It's Madrid attacking from left to right alongside Matteo Bonetti. I'm Andres Cordero. Thanks again for spending time with us on this match day 8 in La Liga. It's Real Madrid in front, courtesy of Karim Benzema's goal in the 40th minute. His 182nd in Madrid shirt, which ties him with Paco Gento for 7th all-time in the Madrid scoring charts. Now just 16 away from Hugo Sanchez. And of course, everyone looking up at Cristiano Ronaldo, the all-time leading scorer for the club with 411. So here's a promising start for Molina and Getafe. It's played wide. Action at the back post. Amat making the run. Getafe will get a corner kick.
Well, a good start from Getafe in the second half. The fullback, Damian, getting forward. He was trying to find that far post run of Amat. Seemed to be well marked by Ashraf. Good positioning just in front of Amat. Let that ball snuck through.
It's been a nice defensive battle between these two, taking into account Getafe's low block. Real Madrid taking a different approach defending with high pressure. Particularly Marcos Llorente and Nacho doing a good job winning the ball back when Madrid do lose it.
They've played very aggressively, the two center backs for Real Madrid.
Here's Amat. That's Portillo on the near side. Played forward for Antunes. Crossed into the back post, and well, he had options there, but it's a poor delivery.
Back post option was Molina, but nowhere near him. It's kind of service that Jorge Molina thrives on. Mentioned it in the first half, the 22 goals he scored last season. He's always been so prolific in the Segunda. He's had a few seasons with over 20 goals. A few double-digit goal-scoring seasons in the top flight as well.
A couple of players active on the Getafe bench. Tell you more about that in a moment. As Kala comes across to deny Ashraf Hakimi. It's Angel, who's been working as second striker in a 2-forward formation alongside Jorge Molina. Sacrificed today to add an extra midfielder. He's warming up. So is the right back, Francisco Molinero. Two of the options that this man, Bordalas, is weighing up. Ashraf. Ball's given away as Llorente. Had his pocket picked, but won it back. Asensio. Ramos. Nacho. Lucas Vasquez. Last touch by Lucas. It's a throw for Getafe. Well, the good news for the home side is they've yet to lose back-to-back matches under this manager, Bordalas. That includes the majority of last season. Took over after 7 games. And of course, the early stages of this campaign. Toni Kroos is about to go in the referee's book, it looks like. It will be a yellow for the World Cup winner. His first of the season.
A poor challenge late, just reaches back with his left leg. Much more tasked with the creativity. Without Casemiro and Modric in the midfield, there is more of a responsibility as well on Asensio to drop back. And we were both really impressed with Marcos Llorente in that first half. Nothing too spectacular, but defensively sound and making all the right short passes.
Now this time he's whistled for the foul, Llorente, as the high boot comes up against Vergara.
Oof. No, that was could have been very dangerous. It just grazes his forehead in the end. Very dangerous from the youngster Llorente.
The other bit of positivity for Getafe, despite the 1-0 deficit, is only scored 9 goals this season, but 7 of those have come in the second half of their La Liga matches.
And they've made life tough for some of the better teams in the league as well. Only lost to Barcelona by 1 goal.
Same with Sevilla.
And drew Athletic, the new San Mamés.
Antunes swings it into the area. It was Ramos to deal with the danger, settled by Kroos. Marcelo blasting it forward into space. Lucas Vasquez on his bike. Long throw in for Benzema. On alert, the Getafe defense. Fire, he gets it away. Sent back by Ashraf. Settled by Cristiano, still looking for his first goal this La Liga season. Does have 4 in the Champions League, including a brace against Borussia Dortmund. Take a look at Ashraf.
Brilliant.
He's pulled down by Kala just outside of the area.
So comfortable on the ball, Ashraf. This has been an ongoing theme when he's in possession. He's always looking to take on the defenders. He looks quite technical as well to be a fullback, although you know that Real Madrid fullbacks aren't your usual players in that position. They all have to be so good going forward, like Marcelo. Such a positive future the 18-year-old has.
Already 5 caps for Morocco.
Born in Madrid,
Yep.
but Moroccan descent. And really making the most of this opportunity without Carvajal and Teo.
The right of Toni Kroos, the left of Asensio. Kroos scooped toward the back post for Cristiano. Rather, Sergio Ramos adjusting to meet it. Linked on by Suarez. Falls for Marcelo. Not a bad attempt from the Brazilian.
That would have been quite a goal. Something he has in his arsenal. The spectacular strike from distance. Always knew what he wanted to do. Wasn't looking around at options after he settled it. Trying to go for that audacious volley. Not exactly fully fit. It was a bit of a question mark before this game, Marcelo. As are so many other Real Madrid players, mostly the regulars in the starting 11.
Just want to thank our friends watching and following along on Twitter for the correct pronunciation of Achraf Hakimi. His second La Liga start for the youngster and giving a good account of himself. Commentators curse perhaps, but it's a kind bounce for Benzema into the area. Scoop to the back post. Gathered up by Guaita.
Now nearly went in as a chip, but he was trying to find Cristiano at the far post, who was just cutting across diagonally. And that play, well, getting into the final third because of the run from Ashraf. Again, showing the pace and his confidence when in possession.
Nacho heads it back only as far as Arambarri. Antunes. Tio gets there ahead of Sergio Ramos, but he's troubled by Marcelo, and it's a counter the other way.
Return ball was on for Molina.
Benzema. Marcelo out for Asensio. Cristiano Ronaldo out in front. It's Benzema into the area. Scoop toward the penalty spot. Cristiano! Denied by Guaita. Followed up is Lucas Vazquez. Antunes does what he can to get it out. Marcelo! Goodness me, a scramble in the area. And somehow Getafe come away unscathed.
Absolute panic mode defending from Getafe, and that's more like it from Real Madrid in the final third. A lovely little pass there from Benzema where he had multiple options streaking inside the box. And look at this defending from Antunes. He's on the ground just trying to get the ball away from the path and prevent that follow-up attempt. And
We didn't find the right pass to Amat. They've got numbers forward now, Getafe. Amat taking his time. And Marcos Llorente just getting in the way.
He had the much easier option, and Faisal Fair just alongside him. Instead, he's trying to go for the more difficult pass. But Fair was completely unmarked just to his right. Hasn't really been able to get in this game, Amat. He's worked hard defensively. But in terms of attacking play,
take your pick, the high boot or the handball against Amat.
Scored 12 goals for Tenerife last season, Amat.
He was on loan at Tenerife from Atletico Madrid. And Getafe got a very good look at him during the promotion playoffs.
Yeah, ran riot in that game despite Getafe advancing. Marcelo.
Asensio. Closed down by Markel Vergara, the Real Sociedad loanee.
Something that's so impressive with Asensio is the way he can ride a challenge. He's not the smallest guy, but does have that seemingly low center of gravity that he's able to absorb pressure from defenders and just keep his balance so well.
Pass not in line for Lucas Vazquez. A chance to counter now for the Azulones. It's Molina. Portillo scooped into space for Vergara. Chance developing here for Molina. It's an equalizer. It trickles in for Getafe, and they're back on level terms. Jorge Molina, his second goal of the season. It's all level.
Oh, it's a shocker from the defense as this ball just trickles across the 6-yard box. It's a very inviting low cross for Molina. Didn't get that much of a clean touch on it in the end. But take a look at this pass right here out wide. Marcelo had to come inside, and that forced Ramos out wide. The defense all over the place. I think the last touch, though, was that Llorente who got a deflection on it. Well, there was a first deflection from Ramos, and the other defenders just not able to react. Yep, Llorente did get a touch onto it, it seems.
There's also a question as to whether Molina was offside. And Fire sends that ball in. It's a moot point now. It counts. Only question remaining is for who? Certainly Getafe, and Molina will celebrate it.
Oh, game on.
And that has brought Getafe back to life, as well as the Coliseum. Here's Portillo. It's past Ashraf. It's Portillo. Amat. Taken away by Toni Kroos. Vergara appeared to be the last to touch it. But it's been given as a Getafe throw. And Túnez crossed in back post, no one there to meet it. Backed up. Molina, the only one anywhere near. He was at the near post. Toni Kroos. Switching flanks to find Lucas Vazquez near side. Sent back, but a little heavy for Asensio. Brilliant touch to gather up. Marcelo. Sloppy pass given away. Nacho commits to foul as he chops Molina down. And referee reaching for his pocket. Martinez Munuera is going to book Nacho.
Kroos has had a few of those giveaways as well. A few blind passes have really let Real Madrid down so far. They are really putting pressure on the defenders as Kroos just passed it right to Getafe as Molina gets hacked down. He's played very aggressively in this game. Nacho, coming off a season where he played his most ever matches for Real Madrid, steadily growing into the club and filling in anywhere along the back line.
Picks up his fourth yellow card of the season. His next one will be an automatic one-game suspension.
Intended for Ashraf, though. Ronaldo didn't know.
Asensio. In a battle with the Uruguayan Damian Suarez. It's Asensio comes away. Blocked by Genet. This has been arguably the most impressive player for Getafe all season, Genet. And Togo center back. And the counterattack is short-circuited by what Getafe felt was a foul. It's given as a throw for Madrid. Llorente. Ashraf is toppled by Amat. Mentioned the pieces missing today for Zinedine Zidane. No Keylor Navas, who was injured his thigh while on international duty with Costa Rica. Both Dani Carvajal and Rafael Varane missing from the back line. Ronaldo. Ashraf. Lucas Vazquez. Has it taken away. Janet gives it right back to Ashraf. It's chopped down inside, but I think it's a goal kick. Ashraf is slow to get up, favoring that left leg.
There from Ramos as he's holding off the player. I think that's certainly a foul. Molina trying to turn the corner. Bordalas has got a point.
Manages to find the humor in it. Jose Bordalas. Well, the aforementioned players plus Casemiro and Mateo Kovacic are both sidelined. Gareth Bale still dealing with that calf injury, which Zidane says is actually two separate injuries. Even Lucas Zidane, the third goalkeeper, not available today, so they've had to call on Moha from the under 19 side. Here's another look at the goal.
Ooh, no VAR. And that's the big one. Got to touch Llorente, but Molina was involved in the play and was a step offside.
Half an hour left at the Coliseum. And Zema gave Madrid the lead after 40 minutes. Jorge Molina snatched it back to level terms in the 56th. This is only the second corner kick of the match for Getafe. Crossed in by Antunes. Not that it matters, but I'm still not convinced about the way that was scored. First, it did appear to be offside, and second, I'm not sure it was Molina that put it in. Could have been an own goal, Llorente.
Maybe just got the slightest touch onto it, but it wasn't wide. Went in. It was Llorente's touch after Ramos's deflection. Not the cleanest of goals.
La Liga has resisted a technology in football, at least when it comes to officiating. Long ball driven by Sergio Ramos, found its target, but Lucas Vazquez could not collect. What an opportunity for Bordalas. Had a career in the lower divisions of Spanish football, helping the likes of Alaves reach La Liga, but fired after winning promotion. Let's get an opportunity with Getafe. Cross. Marcelo, it's Amat who comes away with possession. It's 3 against 3 if Amat can gather here. It's the overlap. Amat scooped toward the back post for Portillo. Not taking any chances. Ashraf puts it out.
And he couldn't. Portillo was right behind him. Touch he had to make and just give up the corner kick. Amat with all the time in the world to just pick out the right target. He had Molina at the near post, didn't want him. But saw that there was plenty of separation between Ashraf and Portillo, who was moving inside.
For Molina, it's his 5th goal against Madrid. Actually his favorite target in La Liga. Fair drives it in near post. It's not bad to look back on your career and say, well, I scored the most goals against Madrid and any other side. Here's the best look we have at that equalizing goal is in terms of who put it in.
Look, it's the slightest touch from Molina. There is a touch, but it is so difficult to see. You really need to put the freeze frame. So it was a deflection from Ramos, then a slight one from Llorente, and then the slightest ever graze by the toenail of Molina.
Marcelo.
Counts though, even though he was offside. I'm sure will be one of those decisions that we talk about for quite some time here on beIN.
A bit of magic on the way as well as Zidane gets Isco up and warming up. Here's Lucas Vazquez. Ronaldo. Ashraf. Stardust at his feet for the youngster. Cristiano does well to find Marcelo. Asensio linking up with Benzema. It falls for Toni Kroos. Lucas Vazquez. Kroos trying to find Cristiano, nearly breaks loose. And a foul is going to be a free kick in dangerous territory, in Cristiano Ronaldo territory. Juan Cala just catching the foot of Kroos. Just guessing here, but wondering if Ramos asked if he could take it. And Cristiano answered with his eyes.
What's the no version of "see"? Do you know?
No idea. Not sure what the Sue version of Sue is. Here he is, Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo!
So close.
Whoa.
Wasn't a typical Ronaldo free kick. Trying to curl it in with a little bit more finesse that time. Yeah, right there at the end, he takes a little bit of power off of it. Doesn't need too much. Does so well. Look at the way he gets it over the wall, and it dips so quickly. It is a staple of Ronaldo free kicks. He doesn't score many, but he's always a threat, as you never really know where that ball's going.
Meanwhile, here's the season debut of Mehdi Lassen, the Algerian midfielder, ready to check in for Getafe.
A real La Liga veteran, the holding midfielder. Vastly experienced player.
And the only Getafe player who was there the last time that Real Madrid paid a visit, he and Damian Suarez. It's Amat who will make way.
Interesting.
As Bordalas may be happy with the point.
Yeah, maybe happy just going much more defensively now in a 4-3-3. Amat expended a lot of energy tracking back and helping out his fullback on Tunis. Mehdi Lassen, much more of a defensive-minded midfielder. So lose a bit of pace, but they solidify themselves in the center of the park. Obviously, it would be a golden point for Getafe against Real Madrid.
Ball scooped into the area by the Uruguayan Arambarri. Nacho not able to avoid the corner kick.
Do have a lot of La Liga experience scattered throughout this team, especially through the spine. Getafe with Guaita, Juan Cala, Bergara, who spent his entire career with Real Sociedad. The striker Molina, who's been around since the Renaissance period.
Ball driven in toward the edge of the 6. Well defended. Getafe will reset all the way back to Guaita. It's a very solid Getafe side when it comes to defending this season. They've conceded 3 or more each of the last 7 times they've faced Real Madrid. All 7 of those were Real Madrid victories. Marcelo wins a throw for the Merengues. In fact, over that 7-game win streak for Madrid against Getafe, they've outscored Getafe 30-6. Another level at a goal apiece. Restarted by Benzema. Ashraf. Lucas. Absorbing the contact from Mehdi Lassen. It's a throw for Getafe. 1 substitution left for Bordalas. Zidane yet to go to his bench and making big rotations today with the Champions League clash against Spurs at the Bernabeu coming up on Tuesday. Lucas. Ramos. Taking the direct route this time to Cristiano Ronaldo, but the fellow Portuguese Antunes was there. Cross, back to Nacho. Marcelo. It's Asensio and Marcelo toying with fire. What a ball from Marcelo, and it's Asensio out in front. Has options in the back post, tried to squeeze it through. Genet would not be beaten. Fair challenge in the view of Martinez Munuera. Once again, the brilliance of Genet.
Genet's done brilliant today. He's very quick, athletic, strong, and decisive with his defending.
Molina's chopped down. "20 minutes left. Margin for error is slim for Real Madrid coming into this match. 7 points back.
How about that for a super sub?
Barcelona. So, having not made a change for the first 70 minutes, Zidane will make a double switch. It's Isco and Theo Hernandez. And you can see that intensity being raised by Lucas Vazquez, trying to put the ball quickly in play.
Yeah, and as you see with many teams who try to match that intensity from Real Madrid in the first half, they really tend to die off around this point of the game. Last 20 minutes is where you see that physical advantage of Real Madrid really coming into light.
Benzema. Ball ricochets off the arm of Markel Bergara. And Martinez Munuera will hold the action here to allow for the double switch. So Lucas Vazquez is gone. Isco will step in to replace him. And Ashraf will stay in as Marcelo will be the man to make way for Theo Hernandez, who lines up at his natural left back.
Yeah, very clearly not fully fit Marcelo. Just tiring out now in the last 20 minutes of the match. Was a question mark in the build-up to this one.
I'll flight it into the edge of this six. Benzema gets it down! And Ronaldo sent it wide. His reaction says it all. It's his worst scoring start to a La Liga campaign.
Oh, that's an incredible miss. And he knows it. Will they have a better chance than this? Benzema again doing the great job of facilitator, and on an open net, Guaita struggling to cover that near post. There was a big burgeoning gap there for Ronaldo to exploit.
And you see where Antunes went down at the near post. He's the player that's still down for Getafe.
Great work though from Benzema. It was well marked and still able to really put it on the doorstep for Ronaldo, on a golden platter for him to just tuck away. He hasn't scored many more simple than that. Although it was on his left, the ball was coming fairly rapidly to him, but still, it's Ronaldo. It's one that me and you can miss and not take heat for. You especially.
Here's Ramos. Isco. Kroos checks his shoulder. Rather, it's the newcomer Theo Hernandez. Isco. Trying to collect. It's Damian Suarez who's troubling the former Malaga man. So he'll fight for possession. Fight for every inch. Luka Modric still available on the bench. One substitution left for Zinedine Zidane, and here they come with Cristiano. Ronaldo left it for Benzema. It's offside, flag is up. Theo Hernandez thought he had the game winner.
It's incredible the way Real Madrid, they attack like a big white avalanche, don't they? So many players just collapsing on that Getafe box, and the only player who was offside in that sequence was the player who just came on, Theo Hernandez. Went outside of the boot. Nice little finish from him, even though it won't count in the end. But it's this intensity that you see from Real Madrid as the game grows. so do they in their energy somehow.
Nacho to Ramos. Túnez intercepts and gives it straight back. Here's Isco. As it poked free, it's Portillo. Fire. He's had a very defensive role today, Faisal Fahir, who is an attacking midfielder. He came into the lineup in place of that second striker, Angel. Cross to switch to find Ashraf. Asensio making the run down the line. Rolled back for Isco. Players waiting in the area. Hernandez. Benzema. Asensio takes up his spot inside of the area. Asensio manages to stay onside. Kroos drives it in, intercepted by Getafe. And Toni Kroos will be whistled for the foul here. Free kick for Getafe. Getafe just seemed to be wanting to take the air out of the ball and play the clock to their advantage.
Well, that's what they've tried to do all game, isn't it? Trying to make it a stop-start affair.
Arambarri is bundled over by Toni Kroos. Madrid out shooting Getafe 15-4. 5 shots on target to Getafe's 2. Collected by Marcos Llorente. Hernandez, a blind pass down the line. Portillo. Again, it's Portillo. Has Molina making the run. He's just giving the ball straight back to Real Madrid. Ramos composed under pressure. Ashraf hasn't been feeling the pressure. Only his second La Liga appearance. Asensio dragged down. Kroos to Asensio. Asensio fouled once again. Kroos not given the space to execute the free kick. Nacho. Leaves it for Ramos. The very creative feet of Isco.
Just needs the ball played in. Look how closely together Benzema and Ronaldo are playing. Making the runs in unison, just several feet apart.
Isco. Getafe looking like an immovable object at the moment. Kroos. Nacho.
Trying to spread the ball around just to get those defenders of Getafe to come out of their positioning, but they're being very organized, very composed at the back. And those two lines, there's very little space in between them for Real Madrid to exploit.
Ashraf, nicely weighted ball, but on the alert, and Túnez wins it back, and the offside flag was up against Madrid.
It's one of the first few times we've seen Ronaldo move out wide to get the ball. He's been so central throughout this game. It's very seldom that he's been able to get out wide on the flanks and just try to make those runs into space. Frustrating game for him. Had that golden chance just moments ago to make it 2-1.
He's had 4 shots today, Cristiano. 2 shots on target, and that very close range miss. Molina goes to ground. Ashraf defending well.
He's at 27 attempts now on the season. Still looking for his first goal. Obviously, they will come.
In La Liga, you always have to preface that with the 4 goals he has in the Champions League.
Of course.
Including the 2 against Borussia Dortmund. And Getafe snatch a winner here. That's a good ball. It's flashed wide of Kiko Casilla. What an opportunity for the hosts.
And Molina looking at him, saying, why wasn't the ball played across? right there. Had it been given to Molina, would have had a much better angle centrally to shoot at the goalkeeper Casilla.
Long ball to the edge of the area. Guaita rounds it wide. Isco. Benzema. Chip toward Asensio. Continuing his run forward. Ashraf. Final 10 minutes. Both managers have one change left, and it's Borja Mayoral who will come in to replace Karim Benzema. So no Luka Modric today. He's being saved to face his former club Spurs on Tuesday. And it's the youngster, Borja, who checks in.
Coming back to Real Madrid, Borja, after a loan abroad. Like for like, no change in the shape.
Benzema returns from that hamstring injury with his first goal of the season, his 182nd of his Madrid career.
Of course, Borja brought back to Madrid as a replacement for Mariano, who departed to Lyon. He's been doing quite well in French football, Mariano.
Swinging toward the penalty spot. Yeah, we did his game on Friday as Lyon took on Monaco.
Excellent.
Mariano was brilliant. Also, Alvaro Morata gone, so opportunities for Borja. Ramos off the back of Martinez Munuera. It's been that kind of game for Madrid. Isco. Cross. Acceleration, but well read. Getafe will give the ball back. Llorente. There's Cristiano. Gonna get past Damian Suarez. Isco. Isco to the back post. Ashraf
So
won't get there.
close. Would have been the two youngsters there as Borja was making the run centrally, but just hit a little bit too far in front of Ashraf. He's had a positive game in his own right. Remember, Borja away at Anoeta against Real Sociedad had a really nice performance. Showed plenty of personality in that one when he got the start in La Liga.
He scored his first and only goal of the season so far against La Real. Now it's Bordalas who's weighing up his third and final substitution. May turn out to be an injury sub at the end. Remember, he had to take out Alvaro Jimenez after just 13 minutes, replaced by Francisco Portillo due to injury. Second sub was Mehdi Lassen checking in for Amat Ndiaye, who would run himself ragged and had made way for the veteran to make his season debut. Lassen. One final effort for Getafe to try and snatch a point from this. They've lost 7 in a row against Real Madrid. Not looking all that comfortable, Mauro Arambarri. Also has the yellow card that he picked up back in the 34th minute. So the final instructions from Bordalas is it's Bruno, the former Betis midfielder, checking in as the third and final substitution for the home side.
No change in shape. Holding midfielder coming in to just trying to solidify. Thought it was a positive performance from Arambarri. Young Uruguayan has certainly made a splash so far in La Liga.
Portillo. Lassen showing a bit of rust. See, commits to foul, pulling back on Marcos Llorente. So both managers have exhausted all 3 substitutions. And Lassen picks up a yellow card on his season debut. Be out of contract at the end of the year, the veteran. Joined from Racing Santander back in 2011. Racing, a club that have had their financial troubles, dropping down more than one division. Isco. In for Cristiano Ronaldo, peeled away from his marker. Ronaldo! There's the first one of the season, and it could be worth all 3 points. Getafe 1, Real Madrid 2.
How was Ronaldo so unmarked? The ball over the top was perfect. And in typical Ronaldo fashion, he's able to score the most difficult strike. Look at the run there from Ronaldo. He's being marked right there by 2. That little feint that he's going to go back up the field and then goes right through those 2 defenders who are very slow to react. It was Antunes there, again, losing his man. But it's that quick little body feint from Ronaldo. He faked that he was going to come towards the ball. And just like that, he sprints away from the 2. The ball comes to him perfectly. It's a lovely volley. Look at that. He struck it so sweetly. But that is the guile and the movement of Ronaldo to get himself free. That was all his doing. And it couldn't be a more spectacular first goal for him in La Liga.
Well, 355 minutes of La Liga action without scoring, but the drought is over for Cristiano Ronaldo, and that the potential winner in a match in which Real Madrid desperately needed it. Now looking for more. It's Asensio to the edge of the area. It's Theo Hernandez looking to play a square ball back. Janez all over him.
Also the understanding when the pass was released, knew that Ronaldo was going to just go back up the field and just sprint away from his defenders. The lob was perfect to find him. Still had everything to do, though, with that finish, catching the ball on the volley, having to tuck it into that bottom corner. Surgical precision. That's exactly what Isco's there to do. Create chances just like that one.
Ashraf finds Isco. At a different side when Isco is on the pitch. For so long debated whether Isco should be starting, whether Gareth Bale should be. And Isco now looking indispensable to Zidane's men.
Certainly part of the Gala 11, even when everyone is healthy. I think that is the best Madrid when Isco is there in the first minute.
We'll stick around over at the Allianz Stadium in Turin. It's Juventus against Lazio as we shift gears over to Serie A. Big weekend in Italian football.
Massive.
And Juve Lazio, a big part of it. And of course, on Sunday, the Milan derby. Right now, it's a Madrid derby. It's got our full focus and attention. Isco. It's an excellent ball forward. Cristiano flicks it on. Here come the Azulones with Portillo. Molina. Through ball is perfect into Marc Bergera. And it's gathered up by Kiko Casilla.
Lovely run there. Bergara spotted beautifully just to get around Sergio Ramos. Very tight angle, though. Only place he could put it was the far post, but he just seemed to scuff his effort. The aim was right, but just not able to get much behind it. Allowed Casilla to make the relatively simple save.
Cristiano, by the way, now 21 goals against Getafe. He's had 3 hat-tricks against the Capital Club. And today, both he and Karim Benzema able to break their ducks as Benz gets his first of the season. So does Ronnie. Asensio. Ashraf. Cristiano trying to leave it for Asensio. It was Lassen who won it back for Getafe. Still time it is for the hosts. Well, flighted forward but defended well. The offside flag was up. So
right
look
there.
at the goal.
Yeah.
Is
just looked at Isco Andres, and Isco knew exactly that Ronaldo was just gonna fake it back around, run towards goal. rather than coming towards him. Lost his 2 markers, the lob over the top, perfect.
About time. That's what the reactions suggest. It's one of his greatest virtues, and the reason he'll be a top goal scorer deep into his 30s. His movement, the way he disguises his run, the way he's able to hide from defenders. Spectacular. Final few seconds of the 90 minutes. Molina looking to receive. Kiko Casilla off his line. Punched away, a chance for Mehdi Lassen! And Madrid breathe a sigh of relief.
Seem to always be swerving away from goal, but still giving Madrid fans a few heart palpitations towards the end. First the chance from Bergara minutes ago, and this blast from Lassen as Kiko Casilla comes out but doesn't really get the most convincing punch. It's only blue shirts outside the box. I wasn't too far off, was it? A few feet wide of that top corner. There's the punch. Didn't do too well to get it away from the danger zone and teed it up for Lassen.
Meanwhile, Nacho was down for the count. 3 minutes added on. We'll play until at least the end of the 93rd.
Of course, this was a must-win for Real Madrid. 5th in the table, 7 points behind Barcelona, who have a tough task at the Wanda Metropolitano against Atleti this weekend, Andres. Imagine Madrid drop points and Barcelona could have gone 10 up.
Barcelona making their first visit to the Wanda Metropolitano against Atletico Madrid. And so not just in order to catch up, but potentially to make up some of the distance with the league leaders. Real Madrid needed the 3 points here today. And knew it was going to be tough. Getafe have played very tough against the top sides in Spain. And if this result holds, it still makes it 7 out of 8 decided by a goal. And the exception was a 4-0 win, nearly given away. Casilla able to get there ahead of Molina. Playing with fire here at the death. Real Madrid. Antunes. Cristiano. Good ball played forward for Ashraf. Delivered back into the area. Cross that left a lot to be desired. An easy cleanup for Genet. But a throw in now for Madrid. Just 30 seconds left of the 3 minutes added on. It's up to Martinez Munuera if he adds any more seconds for that Nacho injury. Borja Mayoral had his pocket picked. Portillo giving the ball away in the final third. It's Asensio with his back to goal. A switch from Llorente. Settled by Teo. Ramos. The stride for Isco. Mehdi Lassen is there. Molina could not collect. Had help from Vergara. Fired, never saw it. This could be the last chance to counter for Getafe. Here they come with Molina. Into the middle. It's Portillo now. Portillo on his right, scooped into the area. It's Nacho who just gets it away. Acrobatic from Vergara, but won't trouble Kiko Casilla.
What a key interception there. Acrobatic from Nacho. Basically take away a great goal-scoring opportunity on the header for Getafe.
Teo Hernandez handed his first yellow card of the season.
Both Nacho and Sergio Ramos have played with such reckless abandon today. At times a bit risky.
Here's a look at why he picked up the yellow card. He fouled Jorge Molina, but advantage was given by Martinez Munuera. 3rd minute of stoppage time expires. Only seconds left in this. And there's the final whistle. Getafe 1, Real Madrid 2. A spirited, brave performance from the Azulones, but it's Madrid who win their 8th against their neighbors. Cristiano Ronaldo and Karim Benzema both on a score sheet.
And well deserved, I think, in the end for Real Madrid, who kept pressing the issue for against Getafe, who just sat back and